Alright guys, Portal Wagon. Now we're back on Paladins, and it's been a while, to be honest. It's been several months, but now I'm back on it. Like, look how many days I've played on Paladins. 88 days. You think I can just erase that history and never come back to this game? Like, I have a past with this game, you know? This is my baby, man. Okay, I know I need to calm down, but in this video we're going to make an Androxus guide video. Now, my last guide video was a dredge video, and a lot of people are saying obviously he doesn't take that much skill, but the thing about dredge, I think, is that its barrier to entry is easy, but its skill level, and when you're versing other harder champions, it's quite high. But let's just go for the one of the most skillful champions in everyone's point of view. Well, not everyone's point of view, because Androxus went through a wave of being high skill to low skill, and I feel like he's going back down now to high skill. I mean, up to high skill, because everyone used to rock this card right here, and they changed it. So this heals you every time you shoot someone, but before it used to give you ammo. Now he has a standard revolver, which is 6 ammo, 6 shots basically. You could pick this up to like 12 or 11, and everyone rocked it because it made it easier. But no, that's gone now. So now Androxus is slowly going back to high skill again. It's time to drop a guide video. Now I play on console, so I mainly want to help you console players get better. But I do play on crossplay, so I'm versing some of these PC players. So on PC it is a lot harder. You start seeing these god EVs and Maves and Andros and Canessas, like a lot of these champions that you might not do really well on console with, because they're a lot harder to play. I know on console we have to deal with more of the, like, Kogas and Vivians and more hit scan stuff like Victors. And you Android players, a lot of you are struggling, not even to throw shade. If I'm just playing console and someone picks Andro, most time they're getting clapped. And I understand the aim assist and some of these players are too strong on console. Like Talus, I hate this character, go away. If you play in PC lobbies, you see a Talus, this guy's getting slapped around, but on console this guy's pretty much a god. So this video is for you guys. Now, I'm not here to brag. 88 days on Paladins, I'm basically an addict. Well, I was. Now, I just want to show you my last few games with Androxus. So 17 and 5 kills. We actually end up losing this game because my teammates kind of ignored the point at one point, and yeah, it was one of those where I got a few kills, I was flanking, I was doing my bit, but it failed. Now this one right here, look, 16 and 5, 120,000 damage. I done more than most of my damage champions. Okay, now this was a quick game, but I done 5 and 3, but you know, it's respectable. I done my job. Now there's one of these games where I actually go, look, 1-11. Now I actually left this game because my teammates were just stressing me out. Okay, it was an open map, it was Frog Isle. I was flanking, I was getting all these people low. My tank was just sitting there, Fernando with his shield. The 2 supports, they both went heal, none of them went damage, so they weren't helping. The Victor was shooting at the Khan, just the tank up front. They kept typing saying, get the support, get this. I'm literally getting everyone low, but all the Fernando could do is put his shield up. Whenever I got the support one shot in front of him, he never bothered to fire his weapon. And then in the chat they kept saying bad Andro, blah blah, and I was like, I'm not dealing with this rubbish, okay? And right here, look, 20 and 8. Like, look at the champions I'm going up against. I'm going against snipers, all this. So guys, I just want to show you that I've got some pedigree, okay? I kind of know what I'm doing with Andro, so let's get into this. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is go into your settings if you're playing on console and change your jump button to your L2 and your punch, which is alternate fire, to X. Now that means your L2 will be your jump and also your float button. So if you're holding L2, as you're falling, Androxus will float gracefully. You know, like he's like a ballerina, but he's a scary one. Now your punch, the reason I put X at punch is because I don't really use it as much, and trying to jump and also like glide while holding X and trying to fire is pretty hard to be accurate. Now you're probably thinking, okay, why do you need to float? It's not that important. Well, floating allows you to, when you do your dashes up in the sky, you can surprise enemies. They won't even know you're there. Now let's give live examples, because I always love to do that. I'm a visual learner, hopefully you guys are too. So right now I'm trying to go for the flank. I do a bit of damage and I get melted, so I dash away. So I didn't need to float there, but look. Right, so I kill the Strogos. And then now I'm going for that Canessa. She needs to die. So look at my floating. Now I got a bit of damage on me, but the thing is, the Canessa couldn't really see me. Now yeah, she scoped in, but imagine I dashed straight at her, or was just not that far from her. If she happened to pick me up in her scope or look left and right, she might have seen me and got a deadly shot on me. Now people only look up when there's flying champions like Drogos, or sometimes with Androxus, but only when he's ulting really. So when he's using the ultimate, often people do the typical play where they float up, look down and fire at you. But right here, there's no way she knows I'm there. The enemies, if I ran that way or dashed forward, I'm pretty sure that Leon would have hit me with a burst shot and probably killed me or got me extremely weak. So I feel like there it was pretty useful. Now with Andro, he has 3 talents. Now I recommend always go with Cursed Revolver. So this makes your gun automatic and it also increases its damage. So body shots do 600, whereas with the other guns it becomes semi-automatic. So you have to spam it. And also the damage is about 580 or 550 or something like that. So this talent right here, so Godslayer, I used to use this when the other talent was different. So this makes your reversal deal 800 damage, like by default. So even if no one shoots it, it does 800. Now if someone shoots into your reversal, you can get a lot of insta kills because the amount of damage they hit into it, it will wreck them basically. 800 damage is a lot, and then plus their damage, or if teammates shoot at it, it's amazing. Now his second talent, the punch one. Now this used to be for, well, to be honest, this got nerfed. I remember the punch used to do more, but with this talent, essentially the more shots you get in a row with your revolver, the higher the damage of your punch will be. So this talent used to be for the mega tryhards. When I used to play this game like ages ago, where there used to be 4 talents, the tryhards used to flock to the punch one because it done more damage and the range was better. Whereas I used to use either Godslayer or there was this other one called Dark Stalker. So if the enemy was low health, you would do more damage. And it used to play like how Andrew is presented, like you keep saying from the shadows and he's possessed. But like that one was the one I would play with. But these tryhards, oh my god, I've never been deleted so hard. They used to come in legit like dash on you 3 times, shoot you with a revolver 3 times, punch, and they used to have this reset. So if you kill with the punch, your dashes get reset. So imagine this guy coming in, just dashing, few shots, punch, getting out of there. You don't know what happened. Okay, you're like, what is going on? And he used to be everywhere. But if you want to go for that one, you have to really not play Andro, and I don't know whether the reset card's there anymore, but yeah, that was always strong. So now I'm going to show you why you should pick Cursed Revolver, and then I'm going to show you my last gameplay, and I'm going to break it down and talk over it, just to show you my decision making and how I play Androxus. So I feel like Cursed Revolver has too many upsides. So first of all, the damage. So it does 600 to the body and 900 to the head. So bear in mind, headshot is 900. That's a lot of damage. Now it has less drop off range. So from here, obviously it's not as good. But the thing is, you can do, I wouldn't say you have to get proper close with Andrew. Just like start picking at them from range, and then as you get closer, you're doing more damage. Also, another plus side is that the gun becomes automatic, so there's none of this spamming you have to do. Sometimes you lose accuracy when you have to keep spamming, whereas in some situations, like maybe when I'm gliding, I'll just hold the button down so I can, just hit them precisely. So it has too many upsides for you not to pick it personally. Alright, now I've done with that, let's just get into the gameplay and I'll show you my decision making.
There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Now go toward it.
Now the way I play Andrew is quite sneaky. Now I understand he's a flank, but some flanks you can duel more people, whereas him, even though he's got great damage, the way I play him is quite sneaky. So the only time you'll really see me is if I'm trying to duel a tank or just put pressure on them. But I don't like to take duels with more than 2 people. I like to keep it 1v1 unless they're all low. Now right here, duels against Andros. Now my tip is you always want to be the last person to use the reversal, because often the person who's using the reversal is going to lose the fight because they put it up, the other person could time it, put their reversal up, or they can dash around and then wait till it ends and then shoot you. So it's a natural thing. Of course, you have to use reversal when you're low. That's the only time I use it. I don't start the fights off with reversal. I only use reversal to try and say I'm weak, just to stall a bit of time. I'll put it up, hopefully they shoot, they feed into it, it will hit back into them, do enough damage for me maybe to shoot them, or if I can see my dashes on cooldown, that's just a stall time. It's not there to do direct damage unless I'm using the other talent I mentioned, Godslayer. Okay, so how to use his ultimate. Now, this is the most typical way to use it. You just dash up, look down, and then you ult, which it works, it's effective. But the thing is, a lot of players clock on. So what you want to do is essentially do the same thing, but make sure you're near cover. So that means someone from behind can't really see you, or you can't be shot in the back. So here's another example. Now, they can't really see me, and the enemies on his left can't really shoot me. So it's a win-win. Say if I miss my shots and I don't kill him, okay, it don't matter. At least I've done a ton of damage and my team can clean up. And you see there was 3 enemies near him, so I won that gunfight, not just because I ulted, because I covered my back. If I'd done it out in the open, they would see me. So you should do it from unpredictable angles, and also just for self-defense. So right here, I'm not flying in the sky. Look, they can't really see me. Now, there wasn't really targets for me to shoot, so it could be seen as a waste, but look at scenarios here. So I used my reversal because I was low, if you saw my health, and look right here, anyone who's near me backs up. So I just decided to hit the tank. I hit the ROM. If they got cocky and went for me, direct shots for this would basically kill them. Right here, look, I'm peeking angles, so once all the team moved to the right, look, I then move. And here's another scenario. When the Bomb King turned around, I know for a fact, if I did not ult there, I feel like he would kill me. Bomb King is a menace at close range with his explosions and his bombs. So I was like, you know what, I'm not taking the chance. Let me just ult. I'm in his face. Yeah, I win the 1v1, and also I can kill his other teammates. So knowing when to ult and knowing like what area you're covering means you can survive so many situations. Often I see an Andro just fly up right in the sky, and you just know to shoot him. You just hit the ult, look up, and it's like clockwork. And if you're versing champions that could just burst you down like Leon or Victor, I know there's more in this game, but the thing is, yeah, you just need to learn how to survive. Now my last tip, and this is probably the longest area of the video. Well, the video's gone long enough, but you know what I mean. So you want to always be behind the enemy, and also just like harass them, annoy them, do a lot of poke damage with Andro. Now, often when the enemy's focused on someone else, that's when I'm shooting them. I mean, you don't have to be scared of 1v1s or 2v1s, but the thing is, your weapon does a lot of damage, but it's also like kind of slow compared to other weapons. So you want to make sure that you can get a few hits on them so they're already low. If you get a cheeky headshot before he can even look at you, you're pretty much dead. So in the gameplay in the background, I quickly zoned off the enemy. So that means I push forward and to stop them from getting to the point. Now right here, okay, he doesn't know what to do. He's shooting at my teammates and I'm behind him, behind the shield. Now I'm harassing the support, and then when I realized there was more coming, I backed up. Okay, so right here, as I mentioned before, the 1v1 with Androxus. Now he doesn't use reversal, but I got quite lucky here and I won the fight. Now here is where I harass people. Okay, look, you always want to be there. Look, I'm shooting at the Talus, I'm shooting at the Barrack. Now he wants to get off the point to fight me, but he cannot do that. The Talus is trying to come to me and fight me. Look, I'm backing up because his weapon's better at close range. Then I dash away. Now right here, I'm just going to heal up. I don't need to rush out. A lot of Andro players, you get way too aggressive. You think you have to be right in their face to kill them. Harass them. Get them to keep being worried about you. On their side, you can't hear their VGS spam, but the support might be like, oh, enemies behind me. Or, you know, when you're trying to let your team, you know there's someone behind. But they either don't care, or to be honest, they're just bad at defending you. So right here, when everyone's low, I do my thing where I ult them. And yeah, you saw my example there, whereas the Barrack and the Ceres and the Talus, I kept firing at them in the back. Now, Right there, you don't really want to just 1v1 them unless they're weak. I just rush in. I either dash in with Andro or save my dash for when I need to go out. But yeah, always be there. Always be that presence that you don't know exactly where he is, but you know he's in the area. That's what I like doing with Andro. Because sometimes I'm just behind the support. I fire at them twice. I know I'm not going to get the kill because they might have a damage support next to them. But it means that the support turns around and they're like, oh, enemies behind us. Also, the damage might ignore them or go to help them. That means that support is not healing the other teammate. So, you know, you got to get into their head, man. You got to get into the support's head and just keep. It doesn't matter who you're shooting at, to be honest. Just trigger them. Even if it's the tank, they might have to turn around, but then they also need to fight on the point. So right here, you're gonna see these people up there. I want to kill them badly, but I'm not just gonna dash up there and die. Look, I'm hitting him from range. I got a headshot. That's 700 from that range, which is quite good. The barrack, he should be focusing behind him. Luckily, the Ram died, but look, he keeps trying to focus on me, but it doesn't matter. I am putting the pressure on. Now my team's dying, but you know, I know when to back up. That's the thing also. Know when to back up. Sometimes you get too deep into the enemy spawn, and you also need like a mental timer of when you kill people, how quickly they're going to come back and respawn, because sometimes you're in their spawn area, you've killed a few, you need to quickly get out of there now because more of their teammates are going to come kill you. So right here I'm just 1v1 in the Andro, always putting that pressure on. Also flanks you want to kill if they're trying to harass your teammates. And I don't know where this guy is, but yeah, I managed to get him. Now this way I get godlike, and I'm not saying I'm the best Andro, but I know how to put the pressure on and I know when to rush in. Now sometimes it does take time to warm up, or sometimes one strategy's not working. If you know you're always going to the right side and there's always someone aware of you, go to the left side. Now I'm going to quickly show you my loadout because I forgot to add this in. So I didn't really want to put it at the beginning because I want you guys to understand how to play him first, and then after you can create a loadout around him. And also I only really show you how to play Cursed Revolver because that's what I play. So the first card, Watchful. Now this reduces all your cooldowns when you get an elimination. So elimination is when you basically get an assist. You know, like other games where you do damage to the person but you don't kill them. So for example, you might dash in, shoot someone on the way, and then your teammate will kill them. Your cooldown then goes to 50%, so you're more likely to be able to get your dash again and you can dash out. The second card, Sleight of Hand. Now this generates ammo when you dash. Now this has an internal cooldown with 5 seconds, but the reason this is so good is that sometimes you're about to reload and you dash to run away or you dash to engage someone. You get 2 ammo and you don't really have to focus on reloading, because there's times I've been caught out where I dash and then I have to reload and then I'm die basically. So the next card I use is Abyss Walker. Now every time you dash you get a heal of 120, so you get 3 dashes, so each heal 120 120 like that. Now this does get affected by the item cauterize, so if you do get hit and you dash, your self heal will be less, but that thing just saved your life a little bit more. So there's times where I'm about to die, I dash around, turn around again, and I shoot them, I win the fight. Or I try and dash to my teammates. So for example, my support, I quickly dash to them. That 120 health, or even if it gets nerfed by cauterize, I still have a little bit of life left where I can just make it to my healer or just clutch the fight. And on top of that, you can use other items like Kill to Heal or Life Rip, which will probably save you in various scenarios. Now the next card I use is Elusive, and I put that at level 3, so this increases your movement speed by how many percent you want. So in my case it's 30% after 3 seconds after activating your dash never step. So after you do the dashes you get a burst of movement speed and that will last for a few seconds. Now 30% for me is decent. Often that can get you away from the fight after you dash, or if you're engaging someone you then pick up speed and sometimes they can't really hit you and you just end up winning the fight, which is pretty useful. And the last card which I have at level 2, and essentially this one's called Through the Warp. So this increases your dash distance. Now this is only by 10%, but for me 10% is fine. If you guys want more distance on your dash, then you know, you can up it. But for me, I feel like it's at a safe spot because I like the cards, their levels, because as I said, the cooldown one I want 50%. I want my cooldowns all the time. The other one, 2 ammo, I don't really need 3. I mean, that's half your magazine or your clip or whatever the hell you call it, your cylinder, I guess a revolver, right? So 2 ammo is enough for me. And then the other one, when you heal for 120, for me that's a good balance. You don't need any higher, you don't need lower. The movement speed 30%, that's good for me. And the dash, yeah, I'm fine with the dash, but customize what you want. For you it might not be a good loadout. For me, this is what works, to be honest. Now, although I haven't played Godslayer in forever, I mean, I do have a card loadout for that, so it's similar regarding the dash heal. So actually this is on a 2, then you got these 2 cards here in the middle. So once you hit people with your reversal, because you're always going to be using it, if you hit them you can reduce your cooldown on your dash. So if you have it at 100%, you're basically going to get your dash back. And then the other one, which is a great card for that, is Seething Hatred. So every time you hit someone with your weapon, you get a reversal cooldown. So that basically reduces it by 2 seconds. Now, you know, if you're hitting them a few times, you're basically going to have your reversal up all the time. So if you're really accurate with reversal, you're just going to be dashing in, shoot them a few times, reversal up, hit them, you got another dash ready. So it's probably a really fun way to play. And plus, Godslayer, your reversal does like 900 damage by default or 800. So it is fun to use, but for me, I feel like Cursed Revolver is the way to go, and you should pretty much always use it unless you just want to have fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know there's a lot of information to take in. I often keep my videos longer and also show in-game examples just to help people. So instead of just saying make sure you want to flank, make sure you want to do this, I just want to show you in-game so you can kind of see what that looks like. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and take care.